This will be fun. So let's dive right in here. So what I want to show you guys first of all is the map, right? And this is I want to walk you through the map. I want to show, and then what I'm going to do too is I'm going to show you guys how I do really fast design. That is, I know how to design. I would never call myself a designer, right? I know how to write copy. I'd never call myself a copywriter. You know what I mean? Like I can dabble in each one of those areas. I'm better when I go hire out people for those reasons. But anyway, so let me share with you guys real quick the actual map, and this took me hours to create and build and put together. But I think it's helpful. So this is. This is kind of the roadmap that I use. Okay. Now, what we're going to focus on first here inside this, inside the actual funnel, is this piece. And let me make that a little brighter so you guys can see better. But we're going to focus on this piece up here. And this is what most people say webinar funnel. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about it's a registration page, right? Thank you page. Somewhere there's a third-party live webinar. Could be on something like Zoom, like right now, or GoToWebinar, Facebook Live. You know, there's a lot of other places. Then typically there's a replay page inside of ClickFunnels. And then obviously somewhere, somehow, we got to actually collect the money. So there's a purchase page, you know, a confirmation page. And then what I usually put in there's a little trick I use to continue to break even on traffic. And you know, I can show you that too. It's freaking awesome. Totally made it up, and it works awesome. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. But then down here, though, these are actual 3 more pages that I actually put inside of this funnel up here. And you'll see why here in just a little bit. I'll walk through all the stats, all the things that we know, all the things we've done back and forth, and I'll tell you guys why. But those indoctrination pages are also included. I actually put all of this in the exact same funnel. They're not in different funnels shooting back and forth to each other. This is all in the exact same thing, the exact same stack top to bottom. So, which is awesome. So even the members area itself, that's what this is over here, is all inside that exact same funnel. And then I put these are all lists that I have inside of Actionetics. Now, just so I know who's, anyway, you guys have ClickFunnels, I'm assuming. If not, you should probably go get the trial and follow along. But anyway, I think you'll appreciate this and you'll enjoy this. So we're going to go through not just the funnel structure, but also the design of the whole thing. And I'm actually going to build it from total scratch. And I think you'll enjoy it from top to bottom. So anyway, but I want this to be like an interactive thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be monologuing for several hours. So if there are questions, if there are whatever it is, like I actually truly want to know what those things are. So so that I can make sure that I hit them here. So. Alrighty, so let's dive in. And before we get started, I guess are there any questions in general? I guess along the way. So I'm gonna go through and just I don't know if you're typing anything, but what I always do first is I always just go build the first page only, and I make it look exactly how I want it to look. The design, layout, all the stuff, all the pieces, all the elements, I put it all inside of that screen. And then when it's done, then I go through and I you know, I built over 300 funnels in the last year and a half. I mean, I build a lot of these funnels, and the easiest way to do it with speed is to not move on until you have that first page looking exactly how you want it to. Because then what I do is I just take the exact same elements and push it throughout the rest of the funnel, and it goes really, really fast. So that first page can take a little bit of time, but honestly, it's awesome because it's not. It's anyway, that's exactly why. So, alrighty. So let me go here, and we're gonna go into ClickFunnels. Here's my actual account, and I'm gonna go build a brand new funnel. Now we got a new onboarding system. So I'm gonna say, let's say this is for an author, and I want it to be for an event, and it's gonna say, hey, you're gonna want to have a webinar funnel, right? Here's an auto webinar funnel, and here's webinar funnel. And one of the biggest issues I see is people will automate their funnels way too quickly. You need to do that thing live. I can't even tell you how many times, tons and tons and tons of times, until you got the conversion rate down pat and where the traffic's coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build this one. Step 2 of 2, get your template. Well, I'm going to go through here and I'm just grab one of these free ones. funny enough, I'm actually going to actually help to build this. You know what? I'm actually gonna gut these. I'm even just gonna start literally from scratch. So let me kill that. My computer fan is finally starting to pick up here, so I'm sorry if you guys hear that. But we're just gonna call this the webinar registration page. All right. So I'm gonna come to registration and select the template, merely so I can go in and gut everything. All right. Sweet, that's good enough. Alrighty. So I'm gonna come in here, and I'm actually just gonna start deleting everything. This is the way I always do it. When I start building personally or whatever, I always totally gut it. I make everything totally white. And the reason why is because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll start by finding a funnel that is extremely high converting, and I will model them. Not whatever template it was in here, not whatever, like I go find a funnel in the industry. So I don't know if anyone wants to shout out a funnel type or whatever that they want me to go model after or whatever, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start by anyway, here's the rules I use for design. There's been several times where all I'm allowed is literally 10 minutes before the funnel is due, whatever funnel is needed, only 10 minutes. And that's not nearly enough time, obviously. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. 10 minutes, but I've had to do it several times. And so what do I do? What are the rules that I go through? I got several other people trying to get on here real quick. But what are the rules I go through in order to get these people a funnel in 10 minutes? Right? That's ludicrous. Sorry, I'm telling them real quick where we are. There's a whole bunch of them. Let's see. So there's a whole bunch of rules that I use and that I follow to get a funnel pumped out that quickly. So let's see here. So I'm gonna go through and we're gonna just start checking out let's go grab anything. Let's go to not even go to ClickBank. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Here's some of my tricks right here. Let me go to subtle patterns. Subtle patterns is awesome. I don't know if you guys saw funnel immersion. Can't remember if it's with 2 M's or not. Like, this is one that I literally was given a couple hours to create, top to bottom. Not just this page, but like all the stuff that was inside of it, all the any piece of I mean, from top to bottom, all the content in the members area, which is huge. All the pieces. I mean, I had to get past the design portion quickly so I could actually do the build. And one of the mistakes I see people, hey, what's up, Newsworth? One of the mistakes I see people do too often is they will go and they start to mistake and they start to believe that the funnel success lies solely in design, and it's totally wrong. That's not true at all. Have you ever seen? I don't know if you've seen Frank Kern's funnels. He literally has a headline, a video, and a button. That's it, on a white background. That's it, and the guy makes millions of dollars. So it's not that I think that like design doesn't matter. That's not true at all. I think it does matter brand-wise. I think it matters, longevity. I think those things do matter. But one of the things I see people mess up on too often is that when they're going, they're actually building out the funnel, right? And actually putting this thing. They put so much thought into design. I tell you, design has nothing to do with sales. Has almost nothing to do with you actually being successful. It's all copy. It's what you write. It's what you actually put on the page itself. So for that reason, while I would not consider myself a designer, I do know how to design in a way that makes it easy, and I can actually get past that portion so I can focus on sales generating and revenue generating activities. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna show you guys, like, there's like 3 steps that I do almost every single time to speed up the design, speed up the whole process, so that I don't have to spend tons of hours on all these days working on the design. I mean, because it does matter to a degree, but not with the amount of weight that I've seen most people put onto it. So here's where I go. I usually will think up, here's my rules. What's my base color? What's my accent color? And what's a subtle pattern? And it's not, I mean, that's it. A base, an accent, a subtle pattern. So I'm gonna go and show you guys real quick how I do design inside of these funnels and how I put it together. So number one, let me think through. So we got right here, right? This is the registration page, and let me go through. And I know I'll have a full wide bar on the top. Oops. Then I come through here and let's see. I know I'm gonna want one column there. I'll fill all these in just a second. These are going to be big, massive sections here. I'm just kind of building out the structure real quick, and you guys will see as I start to fill it in. Come on. Then I want 3 down here, and then I'll copy this last one, and then I'm going to start tossing these things in. All right. And that's kind of the, anyway, section-wise, that's the structure that I use when I actually build these things out. So I'm gonna need an accent color that's kind of a base for the background. A base color, an accent color, and then I choose one background. Now there's kind of a rule. There's one registration page type we use under one circumstance, and then another during another circumstance. So if you anyway, so let me keep going. I can work on that a little bit. By the way, are you sharing the recording? I've got to take the quiz. Possibly. Meet with me a little bit later, but possibly. I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, no worries, man. Okay. So let's go choose like a base color. Let's choose number 1. I gotta go find. Actually, hey, you're welcome, dude. I gotta go choose a base color. I gotta figure out what is now. Most of the time, oh my gosh, people will send me the most ugly, ridiculous funnels on the planet, and it's not because. It's not so much that what they were trying to do looked bad or whatever, but you would expect to see it in a magazine and not on something that has the sole purpose of selling. And so we need to choose stuff that's anyway, let me keep moving on here. All right, so we've got, let me go to one of my, what'd be kind of fun is, you guys know Bulletproof, the Bulletproof store. Actually, I think it's Fatwater. I like the design of this. It's a cool layout. Let me see if this is it. We'll model this the whole day. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. I like this. Oops. All right. Super clean. Very clean the whole way from top to bottom. Really like it. But it's this orange color. Now that's kind of harsh. It's kind of a harsh color. Orange is the is a color that stimulates creativity. Let me go and I'm going to grab this color. Now I use a plugin right here called Color Picker. Color Pick Eyedrop. And what it lets me do is as soon as I click over it, I can grab whatever color is on the screen. So now I have it exactly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a site called Paleton, Paleton.com. What's cool about Paleton is I can now take the color that I just copied and I can drop it into Paleton. So that's the actual color. But I'm going to let math tell me what's going to look good with that. That's what color wheels do. So I'm going to go here, and these are the different colors that would accent well. Now, that orange is cool with that blue. That could be awesome. I could work with that. Set in a tetrad. It's saying that those 4 colors could work together as well. So I'm actually going to choose. I like blue. So I'm going to grab this color, and I'm actually going to make this whole background. There we go. It's background color right here. I'm going to make it that blue. And I'm just going to take this chat and smash it down a little bit. If you got any comments or whatever, I'll look it back in a second here. If you got any questions or whatever it is, it keeps getting in the way. Sounds good. All right, so let me toss it down here, and cool. All right, so I take that blue and let's put it down right there. I'm actually gonna. All right, now let's go grab accent color. Now I kind of that orange could be cool. Could also be too aggressive. Anyway, we'll do that. All right, so let's actually start building out the actual inside of the page now. And I'm going to make the inside white. And actually, this part right here could be cool with that orange. Yeah, there we go. It kind of looks kind of harsh right now, but that's okay. It'll be one column, and I'm going to start tossing in everything I need. Here's so what I'm modeling. I'm sure you guys, if you guys have seen webinar registration pages before, you're starting to see this as I'm starting to build it. Down here in the bottom, this is all your legal crap. That's what I call it, legal crap. All right, and I'm gonna unbold that. I usually make it white with 14-point font in the bottom. And that's that's the format and everything that I use at the bottom for that. All right, up here at the bottom, or up here at the top, we'll toss a logo. Now, one of the issues people have with logos is that they think that they matter, and they don't matter. None of it matters for conversions. There's been times where I literally type in the actual logo itself, and that's it. So I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna grab. I'm not sure if you guys ever used iconfinder.com, but they're totally royalty-free icons, which is awesome, so we can use them for anything. The cool part about them also, though, is that in the back, so I'm actually going to kill, yeah, there we go, kill this right there. And, you know what, I'm going to use white and color, anyway, that's good enough. I'll come back to that in a second. But what's cool about that is in ClickFunnels, if I click on the image element and click over here to the the add image area, you can come up here to search, and it actually there's an icon finder and Pixabay and Unsplash integration straight in the back. So I can come here and search and say, let's just call logo and see what pops up. A whole bunch of logos. I don't know, give me a good logo, guys. I don't know. Let's see. Can you do a fitness funnel? I like the Lady Boss funnel ad. I'm trying to set up a funnel to drive traffic to my coaching offers. Sure. Now, what I'm building right here actually can be used for that. It can be used if you're the author, speaker, coach, consultant, e-commerce for sure. You can use webinar funnels for B2B. It's actually one of the major funnel types I suggest if you're in the B2B space. If you're doing retail, it actually can be helpful as well, depending how you kind of spin it a little bit. But anyway, I hope that makes sense. So you can totally, for fitness and stuff, you totally can use this. In fact, Lady Boss had a funnel like this before, and she did it for about 1.5 years before she figured out, made sure she had the right message, the right offer, all those pieces, and then she took it to Facebook. This is like training wheels as far as your message is concerned and testing your offer. And if you take things on Facebook, though, you got to be in the big leagues already. Otherwise, you get torn down real fast. So she had already been doing her stuff for a solid year before she ever automated it or put it on Facebook or anything like that. Because that's like doing this is like flying a passenger jet. Taking your stuff on Facebook's like flying a military jet, like a fighter plane. More pieces and gadgets and everything's more high risk and stuff like that. So anyway, just know that I would always start with a funnel like this, and then when you've tested the offer and you know it rocks, then take it to something like Facebook. It's a great question though, man. I appreciate that a lot. All right, so let me go. I don't know. Give me something white, see-through. We're gonna spend all the time looking at logos. Let's just call it fitness, like you said. Cool, that. So we're gonna take that. It's gonna slam it straight from Icon Finder right into ClickFunnels, which is awesome. And now, honestly, in my opinion, I would take it to white and make all the black white there and take it into Photoshop and all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that right now, just because that's not really the purpose of all this. But let's I keep them really tiny. Remember, we're building just this first page right here, right now. That's it. Just this very first page. And I'm going to go page by page through the whole thing and then show you guys the rules I put between each one of the pages and the list to make the live webinar funnel. I'm not talking about auto webinar funnels. That's a different funnel. I'm talking about live webinar funnels. What you do inside of them to make them successful. Because it's like over and over and over, people are sending me stuff, whether, all over the place saying, is this right? Is this right? And lots of times, like, they got the idea right, but there's like little tweaks you could do to the funnel to make the thing rock. And so that's honestly the whole reason I'm doing this. So we're just doing that first page right here. And I am assuming that you have read Russell's book, this fantastic book called Expert Secrets. If you've not read that book, before you go launch a webinar, go read it. Because what I'm going through right now, a lot of that, it talks about that as well. So I'm going to go, anyway. So some of the terms that I'm going to say, if you've never actually read that book, are going to get real confusing. Anyway, so let me make this even just a little bit smaller. All right. So now I'm going to toss in, toss the headline in. See, I need a couple of them. And we'll put a countdown clock in. Then we'll put a button form. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink up all the sides here. I'm going to right align that thing. Yeah, cool. All right. So at the top here, I'm going to put the free presentation reveals. Those are like some of the most powerful words in the English language, so we use that kind of language. And I'm actually going to invert it here. So let's take the, make the text white, and then in the background, we'll make this sweet. Gotta have it smaller though. It should be eye grabbing, but there's this design principle called hierarchy, and I can't have it actually beat the hierarchy of the actual headline. Does that make sense? So here we put what we call the big domino statement. Now Russell, his is right. His is my weird niche funnel currently making me $17,497 a day, and how you can too, right? And and how to ethically knock it off in under 10 minutes or something like that. That's beautiful copy for so many different reasons, which obviously you'd expect from Russell. But here's the big how to. We put this in the how to blank, and we'll make it big, especially over on the side there. How to blank without blank. How to do X, Y, and Z without 1, 2, and 3. How to blank without blank. All right. Then usually put the countdown clock, big, loud, and proud. We choose a theme here that's big. Can't clash with that other stuff though. For this, I'm just gonna leave that there. And I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to, I want this to be an open pop-up action. And the button color, I'm actually going to make it a brighter version of this color, but I want the color wheel to tell me what that is. So I'm going to go back to Palatine. I'm going to grab this color, and I'm going to shoot straight over to, that looks pink. I don't necessarily want that. Right now we got these two. We have a green color. I'm just trying to find some. This might look good, it might not. Let me test it real quick here. Oops. Changed the wrong thing. Check this out. Yeah, we're looking like a rainbow. I hardly ever go past 2 colors ever because it gets harder. So we're just going to leave it like that. Cool. Cool, cool. All right. Now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to pop out a little bit this thing on the right. We got all this white space on the left here still. Let's see, awesome question. Never knew that. Fantastic books. Yeah, great books. Absolutely. Super good books. Okay. All right, so I want to kind of pop this whole thing out just a little bit. There's several ways to do it. This is obviously called a row, and you can have it. You can do this kind of in the row, but it's easier to do it under a column setting. Let's see. Let me go through here. I'm actually just going to give a little bit of a drop shadow. Let's round the corners up a bit, and then I'm going to pull in that top part, bottom part. Then on the sides, let's see. Make it white with a little transparency, because we'll use that in just a second here. Cool. Now I'm actually going to go into columns, and technically it's still its own column, which is kind of weird. But I should be able to. Awesome. I think that's just a little bit further out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And the text here, we don't really say click to sign up. We say like, yes, save my seat. Sometimes first person language works better than anything else. I'll toss a little icon in there to be even more eye-grabbing. The only reason these pages work is because of curiosity. And most of the time when I see someone's page fail, it's because they killed the goose. There's no curiosity inside the page. They literally have given away everything and on the page. And they start, hey, I'm going to teach you everything. It's like, nope, that's not how sales work. You're selling right now. You're not teaching. And that's why the webinars don't work a lot of times. Anyway, so I'm just getting the layout done, and then I'll come and fill out the rest of it. So let's come down here. Usually, so I would read, again, if you haven't read Expert Secrets, it's time for you to do so, because this is where I put secret 1, 2, and 3. That's not a rule. There's other examples where we have very high converting funnels, webinar funnels, without this style of registration page. But for this purpose right now, I'm just going to build this one. So this first column here, let's make, let me get some text in here first. It's going to be easier. Let's say secret number 1. How to lose weight and eat nothing but Twinkies. Obviously, that wouldn't be it. This is dummy copy. Let's see. I'm going to say secret number 2. Keeping weight off with an actual butter knife. And then secret number 3. Look good at the gym without going at all. Okay. I'm just going to leave that stuff right there. Obviously, you would do something totally different, but this is just for the sake of our little action guy here. All right. So I'm going to go through here and okay, now let's style this baby. I'm going to actually go to the column section here and make that one column right there white. That's pretty clashy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm still debating on this whole orange thing. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a second. What I'm going to do though is let's square off these corners a little bit again, and I'm going to, oops. Here we go. Let me grab a little padding down at the bottom. 20, 20, and this might look good. little drop shadow on it. Nice. Okay. Let's see, that was 15, 20, 20 with white. Okay. So go back to columns here. We'll just do this real fast on the others. Nice, nice. 15, boom. All right, last one real quick. $20, $20, $20 with 15, and the drop shadow. I didn't do the drop shadow on the other one. Super subtle. Super subtle. Alrighty, so what I'm actually going to do right here is, now if you think of like a lot of the highest converting webinar pages that are out there, they're almost confused, like they look weird, and that's on purpose. That's on purpose. That's a if I close, I mean, even down to the weirdness of the way the page looks, and I'm not gonna lie, like I don't actually like very much this orange thing with the red, and like it doesn't, or sorry, with the blue, and like very clashy. But actually on this page, that's good. On any other page, I would probably take this blue, I'd make it a lighter or darker version, and I'd put that where all this orange space right is right here. I'd keep the button orange because that's important to be clashy like that and kind of pop out. But anyway, bigger the button, the better. We just try and get it as huge as we can. Anyway, so that's about where I'd stop at for as far as like layout and stuff. Does that make sense? Now, as I save this page, you'll see that it obviously pops up with all this metadata stuff. And I always say, so whatever the name of your webinar is, so let's say this is Fun Time Fitness, you know, I don't know. What I usually do for the description is I always usually put my how-to without statement. I'll copy it and I just put it straight into the actual description. This is a step that a lot of people forget, and it really hurts. A lot of people say like ClickFunnels pages don't SEO. They don't. It's not built to SEO as well as something like WordPress is, which is exclusively built for SEO. Does that make sense? But they still work. They still rank. You can still get them. I do all the time. So I don't know. I'm just making this up right now. We're calling it Fun Time Fitness. Fun Time Fitness. Lose weight, whatever your other keywords are, and you just start tossing them in right there. Say Steve Larson. And then the social image, what I usually do is I go get an image that I know has been would fit well in a Facebook post without looking weird. I'm just gonna use this one just for example, but I'd go get those dimensions, make that image those dimensions, and that would be the image, because this is what's gonna pop up every time someone shares, you know, funtimefitness.com, or I don't know. So cool. Now what we do is we choose an image here that is, it's got to just be curiosity based. So I mean, I go to something like Pexels. There's a lot of free, cool, royalty-free images on Pexels. Same with Unsplash. I like Unsplash a lot. And let's just fitness. And it's called weird fitness. It's got to be weird. Curiosity producing. If people can figure out what it is on the page without actually registering, you kill the goose. Okay, so if it's a picture of a dude tying his shoes, I'm gonna guess you're talking about running. I don't like that, therefore I'll not register. Whatever that lady's doing with her knee up, same thing. Is like, I don't know, like, so if I can find a picture where someone can't actually resolve in their head what it is that they're doing, then that's the kind of stuff that I want. Like, I can guess what that is. I can guess what that is. I can guess what that is. I know what that is. I know, like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to find something that is, I mean, maybe even that picture. So far, that's the best one in my mind. Like, we're talking weird, something crazy. And so we'll spend a lot of time finding the correct picture. We could put the goat in there. Let's see. What is this? Is Unsplash. Sometimes Pexels has better stuff. Weird fitness. Weird. Something strange. Let me actually put the word strange in. What's funny is that the inclination for most people is what they'll go take like a nice picture of themselves and they'll put like a shirt and a tie on and they'll and then they'll like sit at the side and get their profile shot done, and it's totally a posturing thing. Nobody cares about that. Only the person who's doing the actual presenting cares about that. Like that's the only reason why. It's not. No one cares, and it's a harsh reality to think of that, but. At this point, no one knows who you are if you're running a webinar, especially to cold traffic, even to warm traffic. No one cares who you are at that point. So don't put a picture of yourself up there. All you're trying to do with this page is put so much curiosity directly into them that they have no idea what but they're like, the human brain can't handle when connections don't close. And so they have to register. They have to go and they have to say, yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Does that make sense? What if I just type the word strange in? You know what? I like that. Like, that's freaking weird. I mean, there's weird and then there's like super awkward. That might be venturing into awkward. Awkward. Strange. You know what? Let's get like a picture of a dude in like a poncho. Oops. There's no there's gotta be, or like rain gear. So, you know what I mean? Like something super out there. Poncho. That means jacket in some cultures. No, I want an actual rain. God, these pictures look too good. I can't have something look too good. It's got to be not looking amazing. Let's see. There we go. This is the one. I can't figure out what it is. There's a person in it though. Honestly, if I was doing like, it's better if I can see someone's face and their eyes are turning towards the actual registration. Does that make sense? Turning towards the actual registration page or whatever. So we could literally spend the whole day on this part. I don't want to. That's not the purpose of this. Is there a? It's too artsy fartsy. Like, I need something that doesn't look amazing. Because what I'll usually do is I'll bring it into Photoshop, and if I put a kid in there, they're gonna think it's for kids. So I can't do that either. Here we go. This picture would get some opt-ins. So, although the demographic will think that it's for older people, you know what I mean? So it's almost like catch-22 on almost every piece and every aspect that you do. So just know that I'm doing this right now as a placeholder. It's not something that's like a definitive thing. I honestly would probably change it. So I'm gonna pull it into Photoshop right here, and I'm slamming my computer CPU pretty hard right now. So as long as it doesn't explode, we'll get this thing up. Plug in the phone in here. All right. It's actually pretty good dimensions already. There we go. Need it larger. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna have over on the side here. I'm just looking at I need to crop this thing right about here. Let's crop it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss, let me toss a new layer on there. Oh, guy on sofa. That's actually a great question, or great, yeah, that would be awesome. May grab attention. God, it's too good of an idea. I can't pass it up. Let me go get one real quick. Guy on sofa. Couch. Oh man, guys, looking for pictures. Literally, I've spent half of a day looking for just a single one of them. So let me jump over to Unsplash and let's see what they've got over here on that one. Guy on couch. Anyway, okay. All right. I'm doing this one, and it's our final answer. Okay. All right, let me go toss that one in right there. And I'm going to crop across the top right here. I want him to be in the top left. Crop out. All right, so I'm gonna crop that out because I want him to be up on the top left there. One of the biggest reasons people's pages don't convert also is because their page literally just doesn't load fast enough. 20 years ago, the average attention span was 90 minutes, and it's literally like 3 to 6 seconds right now. And so if something doesn't load, and especially if someone's like pulling this up on their phone or whatever, and they're looking at it, and it doesn't load, you're asking their web page and their phone to load like a 5 meg image. It's not gonna load. They don't even see the message. And sometimes people will take that as like, oh man, like my headline sucks. It's like, well, maybe it could be improved, but really the major reason might be that they just didn't even see the headline. Does that make sense? So I want to take this image and I'm gonna compress it down as much as I possibly can. Okay, yeah, which shouldn't be crazy hard on this one. So I'm gonna export it. And if you don't have Photoshop, don't be like, oh, I can't do what he's doing. That's not true at all. You could use Canva. Canva, Canva. But I'm going to shrink this thing down. 1920 pixel width. Yeah, see over here, it's 3 megs, way too huge. So I'm going to go and I'm put it to JPEG. It's a compression file style. That already took it down, tons right there, which is awesome. Now what I'm going to do is take the quality. And what's funny because quality, what's interesting about it is you don't notice that the quality is being dropped for quite some time. You probably will start to notice it at this point though. 200 kilobytes. It's the only thing the page is loading. There's no other images, so that might be okay. Let's try it. So I'm going to try it out here. I'm sorry. Save for web, JPEG, save. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna call this picture couch. And I'm not gonna save it. We're just gonna use it. So there's more important elements I'm trying to get to as far as automation, and what you do and where you go and this. We're just on the first page. Like I said, as soon as we get this first one done, the rest of it flies. So this is gonna be. We're getting down the fast part or the hard parts here. Once we get this part down, the rest of it goes really quick. Let's see, where's our couch dude? Here he is. Drag it on, and still a little bit big for my taste, but that's okay. We're gonna say full width. Perfect. Now this white does need to get turned up just a little bit. But that is kind of cool to have the feet popping through right there. All right, now I'm going to go choose a cool pattern. I'm gonna have it white based, and the reason why is because you'll see in a second here. Paint.net does it free on PC too. Oh, cool, Nathan, appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go choose like a cool white based pattern in the back. The thatch. Thatch is also kind of cool. Nice. Concrete. Cool. The brick wall could be interesting. I know this is like, for some people it's like watching grass grow. I'm sorry. I'm trying to speed up. Let's grab white. It's funny how sometimes patterns do matter. All right, sometimes, seldomly. All right, what I'm gonna do then is we got all the pieces that we need to just start sprinting with this. So I'm actually gonna go inside here, and this is the other thing I'll do if I can't find something cool. So I'm actually just gonna grab that pattern that I just found right here, and I want this version of it. Drag it into my patterns. And I'm gonna just put it in there and set it on repeat, and boom, it'll take over the rest of it. That looks cool. That's way better. Now the orange is the only thing is the actual button itself. That looks way better. So, all right, we got all the things we need. We got the metadata in. We got legal garbage. We got now. There's a whole separate training I could do on how to mobile optimize stuff. So I'm not gonna actually do that right here. But I would make sure to just look at what it's going to look like in mobile. It's I mean, it's huge. So, and I'll just show you right here. One thing you can do is just, when you're in mobile view, click on the gear, and then when it says edit mobile size, check that, and now you have mobile size like activated. And now when it's on mobile, let's say I only want it to be size 38, so I might do the same thing right here. And when I'm in mobile for this one, let's say I only want it to be size, 28. Same thing with the button. This mobile size here, let's look like 20. I mean, it's fine. The button's fine. Big buttons are fine. Cool. Okay. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Any questions with that? We're about to move forward. We're about to move fast. We cool? Let me know if you guys got any questions or anything. I'll leave the little chat box up here real quick and start getting this next part set up. So we've gone through and we've at least done the design-wise of this first page. So design. And I'm going to go through, and now let's build out the rest of the actual funnel itself, and I'm going to pull that design throughout the rest of it. And as I do it, though, actually, you know what? First, we'll actually build the full thing out, and then I'm going to go through and start setting up the rules. So